All right, guys, we're on Amendment 15. Amendment 15 was written 2 years after Amendment 14. Amendment 15 was written in 1870, and there's 2 sections in this amendment. Section 1 of Amendment 15. The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. So Section 2 of Amendment 15, again, the Congress shall have the power to enforce this article by appropriate legislation. While the 14th Amendment punished states that deprive newly freed slaves of the right to vote by reducing their representation in the House of Representatives, the 15th Amendment categorically prohibits the denial of the right to vote on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. Notably, the amendment does not mention gender, which, to the dismay of advocates of women's suffrage, meant that although newly freed male slaves were guaranteed a right to vote, women of all races were denied that right. In spite of the adoption of the 15th Amendment, the states of the former Confederacy managed to find ways to continue to drastically curtail the right of African Americans to vote through the use of poll taxes. Oh yeah, remember the poll taxes? The use of poll taxes, literacy tests, and other discriminatory devices. It was not until the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that African Americans have had equal access to the polling place. So that's nearly 100 years later. 1870, 1965. So remember the literacy tests and the poll taxes. They were charging money for voting. And they would also test them to see if they were smart, if they knew who they were voting for, if they were literate enough to vote, if they knew what they were doing. So why should it count if they don't know what they're doing? That sort of thing. It's pretty interesting, right? Okay, so Amendment 14 also gave black men the right to vote as well. Did it? Let's go read it again. Amendment 14. What does it say? Amendment. While the 14th Amendment punished states that deprived newly freed slaves of the right to vote. Did they? Okay, it makes sense. Okay. Literacy tests and poll taxes until 1965. The Voting Rights Act of 1965. This is amendment number 15, 13, 14, and 15. Literacy tests, poll taxes, and peace.